my career, a driver, and then to be an inspiration. You know what, it was nice. I felt like I was ready when I left uni to go pro and do it then. That extra 18 months of training, being around other pros, world champions.
An undefeated professional boxer with a record of 5-0. He's fighting on 25th of February in his hometown, Doncaster. I want to welcome Jake Goodwin. Jake, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure, Darius. Thank you for having me.
Jake, can you tell us a little bit more about how you got involved in boxing?
Yeah, got involved at the young age of 10. That's when I started. Not as young as some people, but I played football as a young one. I'll be first to admit I was not very good. And my dad was a big boxing fan, didn't box himself, just a fan. Asked me if I wanted to try it out, so took me down to a gym. First session I went, I couldn't pick anything up, I couldn't skip. I felt really uncoordinated, and then I realised a few sessions later it's because they tried to get me to be an orthodox fighter, and I'm left-handed, and then as soon as I switched to southpaw it was natural for me. The coach says, you're a natural, stick at it, you're going to do well. And hearing that from a young age really gave me the motivation. It boosted me to just keep going to the gym. We went from there, the rest is history. My first inspiration to what I can remember is Floyd Mayweather. He was in his prime when I started, and I was watching all his training videos, watching the way he fights, and I enjoyed watching him, and his training motivated me to want to train because I've seen how successful he was from the training he did. When I get up and go for a run before school, go straight to the gym after school. So that was my first real inspiration, what I can remember. At the same time as him, I was a huge fan of Manny Pacquiao, southpaw.
Doing boxing in uni, how did you get involved in that?
So when I was 15, no, 15, like my last year of school, I got offered an opportunity to box in Bradford with GB on a boxing program where you got a qualification through college for sport as well as amazing training. So, but to go there, I had to get certain grades at school, so that really pushed me to work hard at school. Got my grades, went to the college, and then travelled to Bradford for 2 years, boxing with GB and England coaches there. There was also ex-army boxing coaches that were involved, and being a youth boxer from a grassroots club, going to that was amazing. That was the next step in my career. So I trained 2 years there, and then I started to get to the point from maturing. I realised I can't just look at boxing. Boxing's always been my first plan. I always wanted to go well and go to the top of boxing and make that my career. But I knew money's not always there. I could get injured. I could be put out of career. I need a backup. My backup was I love coaching because I also coach as well. I did a few placements at college in schools and things like that, and I thought I could teach. I'd want to be a PE teacher. That's a nice backup career for me. I can also do it alongside boxing if needs be. The hours work perfect. Still train every night, and I get time off to go away on training camps, etc. So I was like, I'll get a degree, something to fall back on. Went to uni when I was 18 in Leeds, and that's how I moved over to Leeds. And then I represented the university and became the captain for the university boxing team for 2 years as well, while training there. And that was the main bulk of my amateur career after leaving uni at 22. 22 was lockdown, and that's when I was going to go pro, but lockdown set us back. It was delayed. Did the medicals, did everything, but COVID. Meant to be getting my debut, and then it just kept getting pushed back. What was going on in the world, but then eventually we got there, moved over to VIP, and got the debut out. But you know what, it was nice. I felt like I was ready when I left uni to go pro and do it then. But that extra 18 months of training, being around other pros, world champions, English champions, etc., really developed my knowledge of pro boxing and improved me as a fighter. I had that transition between the amateurs and the pro style, and then when I finally had my debut, it was perfect timing. Felt really good.
You had a pretty busy first year as a professional fighter. What have you learned?
Start with the weight. Weight is a massive thing. You've got to make weight. I've always been good at dieting and I've always done everything myself on my own nutrition. But I thought because fights are few and far between in the pros, after I had my debut in November and then I fought again in December, I was like, right, I'm going to pig out over Christmas. Ate a lot. I went the fattest I've ever been. People will say I weren't even fat, but to me, I was fat. I went big, and it was harder to come back. So then since then, I don't do that anymore. Stay on the diet year round. So I learned myself, don't pig out, don't blow up, don't go away from the gym. Stay in the gym, stay active, and you'll always be ready. And I can take fights with short notice, which I have done. But another thing I've learned is more about the style, reading shots more, reading opponents more, and I've learned more of what I'm capable of and how much I can take. Coming back after the new year, and we've noticed this camp training since the new year, the way things have changed and how good I'm feeling, inspiring, is really reflecting on what I've learned. And it's being greedy. When I'm too greedy, that's when I make mistakes. So I'm just being more relaxed, taking my time more, not rushing, making mistakes. And I'm being a lot more successful in sparring. On my fights so far, I've been learning fights, good learning fights as well. I asked for no easy run, and
last fight definitely wasn't the easy fight though.
Yeah.
Last fight,
It was a really good test, but it's tests I want. You know, I'd rather have one hard fight like that rather than 10 easy fights. People are paying money; they're taking their full day out. They're probably going to be hungover, so there's a full weekend they've put into me. So I want to give them entertainment. If I get hit, I get hit.
How do you combine your personal and professional life as a fighter?
You make a lot of sacrifices. I definitely make a lot of sacrifices. Social life is a big part of it, but I'm now that used to not drinking when people are drinking. I can go to events and just drink water. I do it all the time. But that's a big sacrifice. So some people it might not be that important, but yeah, you got to make those sacrifices. Food though is the big one. You know, you've really got to constantly, it's just subconsciously always watching what I'm eating and doing that. So you got to make those sacrifices. And it depends how close you are to a fight, to how much you can come off the train. And that's like every night. I'm in the gym every night, working through the day. Friends work through the day. Yeah. In the evening, when people are free, when I can meet up with people, I'm in the gym training.
In the end of the day, you gotta enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy that hard work.
It's mad. I woke up today with a sore nose, but I'm still happy.
In 3 words, what boxing means to you?
3 words. Boxing is my life. But to put it into 3 words, it would be my career, a driver. By that I mean it drives me to get up every day and achieve what I can. So boxing is a massive driver. What word would I use for? I want to be an inspiration, a role model. I want to be a role model. So boxing for me is my life.
Career,
it's career, my life. It drives me to want to do well, and then to be an inspiration.
What would be your advice to the next generation?
Main advice is just do everything you can. I tell the lads in the gym, go out there, do everything, train hard, fight, but at the same time enjoy yourself. Don't sacrifice everything. I was chatting to a kid last weekend who I'd just met. I didn't know him. Met him at the boxing, and he's only 15. He was telling me he's dieting and cutting weight. I says, don't do it. You're still growing. Don't make those sacrifices now. Just enjoy it. Box at the weight you're at. Box as many times as you can. Win or lose. Just go for it. Enjoy the road. Yeah, enjoy the journey and make the most of it. It's harder in the pros. Yeah, definitely. You do more rounds. The gloves are lighter. You take more money punishment. It is harder. So as an amateur, 3-round fight with nice comfy gloves on, take as many as you can.
100%. How can people find you on social media?
Social media, my main one, Instagram, that is at Jake Goodwin Boxing. And then Facebook and Twitter is at jgoodwin98. The best ways to find me. Instagram the best one, and anyone can message me for advice, tips on boxing, diet. If they just want to chat, And tickets. Message me for tickets.
25th of February, Doncaster
Dome. Yeah, I just want to say a big thing on that is people don't realise show don't go on and people don't get paid unless we sell tickets. You have to sell tickets. If you don't sell tickets, you don't get to fight. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. Sometimes there's boxers out there that have to put out their own pocket to pay. So they might get annoyed with constantly tickets, buy tickets. But we have to sell them to, first of all, be on the show and then get paid. Because if we don't fight, we don't get paid. And just having a crowd is a really good thing. Yeah. It definitely motivates me to fight harder.
All that support is massively appreciated in any of those fights. So make sure you tune in, get behind Jake, follow him on social media. Don't forget about subscribing to our channel. And now we're gonna do a few sharpening rounds. Okay, so let's jump in. Oh, yeah, one uppercut, change, jab, jab, and again jab catch. Roll. Yep. One to uppercut combo. Jab. Oh, good. Up. Yeah, jab. One to hook. Jab roll. Oh, 1, 2. 1 to hook. Time. Nice. Any shout out to the sponsors?
Yeah, big shout out to our sponsors. Drive Finance, Follow Rowley, Sports Therapy, Crozier Jones, and DNL Events. Full-time sponsors. Support me around. Without sponsors, as you know, massive part of a boxer's career. Help immensely amounts. Medicals, fees, travelling, sparring. When it comes to the fight night, opponent costs, things like that, sponsors help massively. Don't go unnoticed.
And about your next fight?
Next fight, 5 weeks. Less than 5 weeks now, 25th February. Yeah, sponsors will jump me on that.
Yeah, any sponsor wants to jump in, get in touch with Jake.
Doncaster Dome, yeah, hometown.
Yeah, make sure you tune in, get the tickets off from Jake. Yeah, let's go back on. Jab, 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 roll. 1, 2.